Hi guys, it's Bretta here from Forefoot.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a study that I came across about how cheap running shoes may actually be safer than high-tech, expensive running shoes. So in my opinion, safe running shoes are barefoot inspired, but one study found that cheaper running shoes are safe as well. In fact, they are much safer than expensive high-tech running shoes. So what's the overall problem with expensive running shoes? In my opinion, running shoes in general are actually founded on a counterintuitive quirk. And that the more money you pay for your shoes, the more protection you're going to receive when you're running. But as we all know, this isn't true. If you've read Born to Run and if you have ran barefoot, you will feel that you actually land much lighter when you're running barefoot compared to running in a very thick cushion running shoe. In a study by Klingon et al., and I'll link my blog article on the summary of the paper below, they found that underheel cushioning of expensive running shoes deteriorated faster than that of cheaper running shoes. Now, what was even more bizarre was that the researchers found that expensive running shoes had better cushioning under the forefoot rather than under heel cushioning, which is another counterintuitive quirk because most running shoes on the market today, so the standard running shoe, encourages a heel strike because of the thickly cushioned heel. So therefore, wouldn't it make sense to maximize underheel protection? So because these running shoes facilitate a heel strike landing, shouldn't it be in the best interest of the shoe company to maximize underheel protection? So you think that the running shoe manufacturers would actually make the underheel cushioning much more durable because during heel strike running, the highest amount of impact generated during running is actually a heel strike because it creates a rapid heel strike transient, and this transient converts into a shock wave that penetrates through the heel up the shin and into the back, and it actually is associated with causing microcomposition of the muscles and tendon of the leg, and it also is one of the underlying causes of repetitive overuse injury in runners. So this is one of the reasons why underheel cushioning is vital to heel strike runners, but runners shouldn't even be heel striking in the first place. But a lot of runners don't know that. We should become more informed on the fact that heel striking is associated with more injuries than forefoot running. So the researchers also found that price was not correlated to cushioning, meaning that expensive running shoes were not associated with more cushioning and cheap running shoes were not associated with less cushioning. So in a sense, the Vibram Five Fingers, those shoes don't contain any cushioning at all, but they're very pricey. But if you were to choose an expensive running shoe, make sure that you choose the Vibram Five Fingers versus a thick cushion running shoe, because at least in the Vibram Five Fingers or the Morale Vapor Glove, you are more likely to land with a forefoot strike and avoid heel strike because of the lack of compressible material in the midsole. Another big finding was that the researchers discovered that plantar pressure was lower in runners who wore low to medium priced running shoes. And this is very important because you really need to have low plantar pressure to ensure that the metatarsals are in a less stressful state. Therefore, cheaper running shoes not only provided as much protection as the expensive running shoes, cheaper running shoes actually provided more protection in that the runners adopted a better landing strategy in the cheaper running shoes compared to the thick cushion running shoes. So a multitude of past studies have found that expensive running shoes were directly related to higher incidences of running-related injury. And in general, this is because expensive running shoes typically have more advanced shoe technology and shoe cushioning, of course, whereby shoe cushioning has been found over and over again to kickstart overuse injury in runners. So in addition to this problem, consumers of cushioned running shoes carry the pre-existing belief that more expensive running shoes offer more protection. Yet the current study, in addition to earlier reports, forms a cloud of inherent uncertainty, making it difficult to characterize expensive running shoes as safe. When it comes down to running with less impact, forefoot striking is really all you need, in addition to running in running shoes with very thin cushioning or running barefoot. And forefoot runners don't need running shoes, which is why barefoot runners run without pain and injury. And the reason for this is that forefoot running is incredibly satisfying from an injury prevention standpoint in that it eliminates the heel strike transient. Because of this, it dramatically reduces other harsh impact variables associated with heel strike running, such as compressive forces, because in forefoot running, also what is reduced is overstriding. And overstriding is reduced because when you run with a forefoot strike and you slightly bend your knee at touchdown, This allows the ankle to land nicely underneath the knee, and as a result, overstriding is extremely minimized, which lowers the amount of compressive forces on the tibia in the knee joint. So again, in regards to forefoot running, if you prefer not to run barefoot, at least wear running shoes that feel like you are barefoot. So there's something to think about, and don't forget to subscribe. And for more information on forefoot running, barefoot running, and for reviews on barefoot inspired footwear, please check out my blog, runforefoot.com. And good luck out there on the roads. Bye.